Oh man, that
Clap a
clap's
little
strong.
better.
Yeah,
Okay.
little man clap.
Little
right
clappy
there.
clap.
I
Hey,
need
little
a
man clap.
Always.
Sound like you.
I try constantly to live my life.
Day after day.
Right. Yes, it's alive.
Hey, do y'all follow Ha Davis?
Yes.
Do you follow
He is
Moni? You got to
hilarious.
follow this guy. He
Ha
is
Davis.
hilarious.
Funny.
Yes.
Funny
Yes.
dude.
Ha
On
Davis.
Instagram?
Would he be saying,
I'm still learning.
He has good buddy.
yeah.
Hold
That's
on,
be-
good buddy.
That's beyond me.
The other way he was smoking with the girl, he said, "Wow, I was trying to get high. She want to get high."
Jackpot funny
out.
too.
Speaking of that,
Jackpot
why,
the juice man.
no,
Oh yeah.
About the juice.
Go ahead.
why do we double up on everything now? How you doing? I'm all right. I'm good. Y'all, you know, everybody doubling up on stuff
Is
now.
that new?
Well, Ha Davis
Yeah.
started the trend with the double words, and I guess people just kind of ran with it. But
Everybody do it now.
no, I mean, but
it's like-
for years, me and
when
you
you
know,
explaining something and then you double it, it's like it's that.
for,
Yeah.
for,
Like for real, like
Yeah, 'cause
we're-
some-
make it
I've been
funny.
saying for real, or that's a bet.
right, but they
Twice,
do it.
yeah.
A lot of people do it now without even realizing it. They just double up words.
Oh,
What's
you
that?
hungry?
Yeah. What that's
Oh,
about?
you stupid.
Yeah.
Oh, you dumb.
It's
Oh, you
kinda-
rich.
It's irritating sometimes.
He got money.
Right.
Oh, you ugly.
Oh, that's mean.
They kids bad.
Yeah.
I'm gonna beat their ass.
Hell yeah, these kids out here bad as hell.
Hey, you know what? That brings me to this subject. So I've been seeing a lot of different ads and stuff talking about like whoopings and how it's not ads, but you know, like little specials and podcasts and conversations and doctors actually saying that, you know, that shit is bad for kids. And I was like, yeah,
We know
it is.
firsthand.
Abuse.
We know
Yeah,
firsthand.
we kind of experienced abuse.
But what's
Kinda
the flip,
my
what's
ass.
the flip side, though?
Not the flip
When-
side is
What I'm saying is when you don't discipline your kids, then they want to arrest you for the
Well,
kids
You
doing
could
something
discipline
wrong.
without beating.
I'm saying, yeah, you know, people.
Sometimes
it's like
beating
as
is
if
the
you
only
can't-
thing that works.
No, it's not. You know, you gotta actually take stuff away from them and monitor. You gotta monitor their punishment. It don't do no good if you ain't enforcing the shit you telling them.
You gotta show them what breaking the law
Yeah.
does for
Spare
them. And
the
Lock them in
rod.
their room and feed them 3 times a day.
Spare the
And-
ride, spoil the child.
No.
Whoop that butt.
You said spare the rod, spoil the child.
That's what the Bible say. So
I
sometimes
don't
it's
trust
Fail in
these kids.
class, beat their ass.
I don't trust these kids nowadays.
what you don't trust them. What?
They bad as hell and they be conjuring up shit.
But when you see kids being bad, it's the first thought that you have. Why they just won't whoop their butt? Because that's what you think when you're out in the public. When you see kids being bad like that.
Oh, yeah.
You won't be thinking
talking
like, oh,
shit
put him
in my
time out.
man.
Yes,
You can-
I
yes.
talk
can-
big shit in my man.
you can extend fear to a child with your eyes.
Yeah.
And
Not
your
every child. It's some
Well,
deep-
she-
it's
My
some
kid-
Damians, some Omen kids nowadays.
My kids
Well,
know what time it is.
See, kids get like that because the parents let them get out of control.
Yeah, and nowadays
Like they
it's-
let it go on for so long, and then they just it become out of control.
Well, how we was raised is totally different too. Cause now
Absolutely.
they slapping the iPhone and the iPad in these kids' hand, and that's not raising the kid.
facts.
That's actually
Real talk.
letting them become worse
Yeah.
because people. I'm gonna tell y'all have to censor. Y'all gotta, when y'all buy these tablets and
Yes.
these phones, y'all need to go in the settings.
Parental
Y'all need to
control.
go in the goddamn settings and actually lock that motherfucker down because it's the click of a button. And
Absolutely.
once your kids see something they ain't got no business seeing, it's hard to turn back from it. And you gotta be more active. You gotta tell them, all right, that's enough. You've been on there for 2 hours.
It's a lot of creepy shit out there that
it's too
they
much.
let come across some of these cartoons and
subliminal
different-
messages.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's just like you know,
Gender preferences.
It's too much.
All in the cartoons.
It's got to be overwhelming.
Be mindful of just handing them that device and letting them go on about their way.
Yeah, I didn't
Pay
get
more
a cell
attention.
phone until I was 22.
Well, that was 40 years ago.
Hey!
So we talking-
Hey! No one told you to disclose my age.
But
Shut
you
the
know
fuck
what?
up.
That's
Pastor
not
Marty said something the other day. He said, we got to pray for our grandkids because it's getting so bad.
Bro.
Can you imagine how it's going to be when your grandkids grow,
What,
growing
technology?
up? The world. Just the world.
Oh, shit, it's getting
Everything.
worse and worse.
That's why it's
Right,
up
that's
to
what he
us
said.
to
You gotta pray
build
for 'em.
something for them, and so we can walk them to keep the legacy of your name and your,
That's
you know,
true.
that's your offspring. So you got you got to respect the ancestors before us and our grandmothers and grandfathers and their grandmothers and grandfathers, even if they didn't know nothing about leaving something to their grandchildren, or if it got beaten out of them and stolen from them. It's like you got to have a bigger purpose in life other than to just like yourself, because your whole purpose of living is to continue life. And your purpose is to make sure life continue on
legacy.
back. Yeah, and that's, you know, if you feeding life into people just in so many different ways, it's a many ways to inspire life. You know what I mean? So that's what you're supposed to do. So when you got kids or children, and then they had children, like them your children, because that child come from you,
Right.
and then that child come from him,
Yeah.
and you know, from them. So
Right.
it's like that's yours.
Pieces of you.
But that's when they talk about it takes a village to raise a child. If you see your child missing something with your grandchild, you supposed to step in and say something
Hell yeah.
to that grandchild, and then the great grand, and so on and so on. Because it takes the village.
And the village don't mean the next door neighbor and shit.
Right.
It mean your family.
Right.
It mean your whole family. I mean, that's why we raised our nephews with NISSA. You know what I mean?
You cannot pass
That's
down
right.
your job to your kids or grandkids.
Right.
That's something that you can't give them.
Wait,
You need
help me. I gotta edit that. I don't know.
Don't worry about it.
I'll figure it out.
some capital. Like if you save enough money from your job to buy some property, have something to give to them so that they could self-sustain.
And teach, and then you have to be heavy in teaching your children that, so that they teach their children that, so that y'all can build like from now on. You know what I mean? Because our parents didn't know that shit.
But then, you
They
know
was
what?
taught
That's what
go to
they
school,
did.
go to college, get in debt, go work for somebody else,
Right.
retire,
Right.
and then
Get a job.
die.
Right.
Yeah. They ain't know nothing about owning shit, and I never heard a conversation about it
Yeah, and then back in the day,
in my family. Period.
they would let kids have lemonade stands and stuff like that. We got to start teaching our kids how to build their businesses now.
Oh, we are showing them right now.
Showing and telling them now.
We're about to turn
you gotta,
this.
I'm
you gotta start
telling
putting it
and
in their
showing.
hands now. Like, this what you about to do. You coming down here. You gonna work at the studio. You gonna sweep. You gonna get back. You know, we're not just handing you nothing. You gonna work for what you get.
The Fly Zone Radio, Shay
Here, bro.
45.